and welcome to my practice. Namaste. My name is Nuša and I'm gonna guide you through this practice today, which is dedicated to the spring equinox. And the spring equinox is the time of perfect balance between light and darkness. It marks the triumph of light over darkness and is also the harbinger of the growth to come. And this sense of awakening to the new can also bring a new, fresh perspective to your practice. This is the season of hope and renewal. And also we found ourselves right now in times of darkness. And I'm hoping that now when the days become longer, the light will win over the darkness and better times are coming. This is also a perfect time to plant any seeds, not only in your garden, in nature, but also within yourself. So you can work around an intention, you can plant a seed within you, so you can later on see it grow and blossom. So we're gonna begin in child's pose, so take your time, make your way into child's pose, and you can extend your arms forward or keep them by the sides of your legs and start bringing your awareness inwards. And start setting that intention for the practice, but not only for the practice, for your life as well. What seeds would you like to plant and see develop over the next few months? Set an intention around nurturing this vision and let it inform your practice. Also in this position, child's pose, you're in a similar shape as a seed. So imagine yourself being a seed, planting a seed at the beginning of this practice, nurturing it, watering it through the practice today, to see it grow and maybe bloom at the end of today's practice. Take some time to connect to the feeling of safety. You're in the same position as the fetus in the mother's womb. So make sure that you connect to that sensation, feeling of safety. And we're gonna do it often throughout the practice today, connecting to this feeling in child's pose. So slowly now start moving your body, start moving your fingers, your wrists, and let's prepare for the practice. Bring your hands forward and come up onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide. And on your next inhale, point your tailbone up, drop your belly down, open your chest, lift your chin, look up. And on the exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back, push your chin to the chest. Inhale, again, drop your belly, exhale, round your back. And continue with this movement, connect it to your breath. Keep it long and steady and relaxed. Whenever you inhale, try to really open your chest, and whenever you exhale, really round your back, separate your shoulder blades. Keep going. And now let's make this movement a little bit bigger. So on your next exhale, as you round your back, start lowering your sit bones towards your heels with your back rounded. And then on your inhale, push yourself forward and up, opening the chest, dropping the belly down. And continue with this rounding movement. Inhaling up, opening the chest, and exhaling, rounding the back. Lowering your sit bones towards the heels like you're going into child pose, but then pushing forward and up on the inhale. And on your next exhale, sit back and relax into child pose. Again, connecting to that sensation, feeling of safety. On your next inhale, lift your head, lift your hips, tuck your toes under and come into downward facing dog on the exhale. Here you can pedal your feet a few times, bend and extend your knees to make yourself comfortable, to prepare your hamstrings. For the pose you can wiggle your hips from side to side if that feels good for you, and then find stillness, steadiness in the pose. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, lower your heels to the left. Feel the stretch in the right side of your torso. And on your next inhale, back to center, lifting the heels. Exhale, lower your heels to the right. Now feeling the stretch in the left side of your torso. And then inhale, come back to center, lifting the heels. Exhale, press your heels down to the mat or push them towards the mat. Inhale, come forward into plank, bring your shoulders above your wrists. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog. And let's do this a few more times. Inhaling forward into plank. Exhaling, push back, downward dog. Inhale forward. And exhale, downward dog, lengthening to the spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then lower your knees, come into child pose again. On your next inhale, lift your head, lift your hips, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward between your hands and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bend down. Inhale, lift all the way up, come up with your back straight, lift your arms. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, lift your arms again, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your back straight as you go down. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale again, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your right foot back, lower your right knee, open your chest here, and exhale, step into plank. Take one inhale in plank, and then exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin, keep your elbows by your side. Inhale, come into cobra, push your shoulders away from your ears, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, lower your left knee now, push your hips down, chest forward, and exhale, step to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Lift halfway first. Exhale, bend down. And then inhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Lift all the way up. Lift your arms. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, lift your arms again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, bend down. Inhale, step your left foot back now, lower your left knee, push your chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, step into plank. Take one inhale here in plank. And exhale, lower your knees, your chest and your chin, keep your hips lifted. Inhale, come into cobra pose, shoulders away from your ears, use your back muscles, and exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, lower your right knee, chest forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, lifting the arms, and exhale, bring your hands in front of the heart. Inhale, lift your arms up again, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway again. And then exhale, step into plank. Take one inhale here in plank. Keep your body strong. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog, pointing the tailbone up. Inhale, move forward into plank again, and exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, coming into plank, and now exhale, lower down on your belly slowly. Inhale, open your chest in cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths, lengthening through your spine, pushing your shoulders away from your ears, pointing your tailbone, your sit bones up, pressing your heels down towards the mat. You can keep your knees slightly bent if that's better for you. Spread your fingers wide. And on your next exhale, bend your knees, lower them down on the mat, and come into child pose. Again, you can keep your arms extended forward or by the side of the legs. Just relax. Connect to that feeling of calmness and safety here. Know that you're nurturing, watering the seed that we planted at the beginning of the practice. And then extend your arms forward again and come up into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step forward into a forward fold to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, bend down again. Inhale, come all the way up, reach your arms up, and exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, make your way into plank pose. Lower down on your belly. Inhale, come into cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, and now bring your left foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Make sure both heels are on the same line and come up into warrior 2. Make sure your right knee is above your ankle, that you can see your big toe on the inside of your right knee. Arms parallel to the floor, palms facing down, turn your head to the right. Keep your legs strong, keep your core strong, shoulders relaxed. Find stability here. And on your next exhale, lower your right hand in front of your right foot, coming into half moon pose. Take your time to really open your hips, open your torso to the left. Try to extend your standing leg, so your right leg as much as you can. Try to keep your right wrist under your right shoulder. Focus, find the point that you can focus on. It can be on the floor or anywhere else. And then slowly release your left foot down. Again, check that both heels are on the same line. Your right hand can go on the inside or outside of the right foot, or you can place your arm on the right thigh, and then your left arm goes diagonally above your head. So you're trying to make a straight line from the tips of the fingers to your left foot. Opening the chest up in side angle pose. If you want to go deeper, you can bring your right arm under your right thigh, reach back and clasp your hands behind the back, hugging your right thigh, opening the chest up to the ceiling, breathing. And then slowly release. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. Lift your left heel, lower your left knee down, and tuck the toes of your left foot. Move your right foot to the right slightly, and then exhale into lizard pose. So you can come down on your elbows. If this is not accessible to you, you can walk your hands forward, lowering your hips and your torso to the mat. Make sure your right knee is above your ankle, that your entire right foot is on the mat, pointing straight forward. Allow yourself to feel whatever arises here in this pose. Try to relax any tightness or tension with your exhales. Again, if you want to go deeper, you can stay here and it's completely okay. Maybe come up on your hands, keep your left hand on the floor, bend your left knee and try to grasp your left foot with your right hand, turning the torso, the chest to the right. There should be no pain in your left knee. You should feel the stretch in your left thigh, left hip. Listen to your body. And then slowly release. Again, bring both hands to the mat, your foot between your hands, and bring your hips back, extending the right leg, bending over it. Keep your right foot flexed. Feel the stretch at the back of your right leg. Inhale, move forward again, bending the right knee. Exhale, make your way into downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Prepare for warrior two on the other side. Both heels on the same line. Come up. Now your left knee is above your left ankle. You can see your big toe on the inside of your left knee. Spread your arms. Keep your shoulders relaxed, opening the chest, opening the hips. Keep pressing the outer edge of your right foot into the mat. Keep your breath steady and calm. Find stability here, and then lower your left hand in front of your left foot, slowly lifting the right leg, bringing it parallel to the floor, coming into half moon pose on the other side. Try to really open your hips to the right, opening the chest, tucking the shoulders on top of each other, reaching your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe. And then slowly lower your right leg down, readjust the feet, and come into side angle pose. Again, you have the option to bring your hand on the inside or outside of the foot, or maybe on the thigh. Listen to your body. Try to look up towards your right hand. Your right arm is reaching up diagonally above your head, opening the chest. Again, if you want to go further, you can bring your left arm under your left thigh and clasp your hands together behind the back. Keep opening the chest up towards the ceiling. And then slowly release this side. Bring your hands down on the mat, on the inside of your left foot. Lower your right knee and come into lizard pose on the other side. Notice this side. Notice the difference between both sides. How does it feel here? What arises here? What feelings, sensations? Try to accept them. Try to relax into the pose. And then slowly come back up. If you want to go deeper, you can bend your back leg. Try to grab your right foot with your left hand, pushing the hips down, or just stay in the previous pose. You can always take a step back if this is too much for you. Listen to your body. There should be no pain in your right knee. And then slowly release. And bring your front foot between both hands. Move your hips back, extend your left leg, flex your left foot and bend over your left leg. And on your next inhale, bend your left leg, move forward again. And on the exhale, step into downward facing dog. And from downward dog, lower your knees again. Child's pose. Allow yourself to rest. The resting part of the practice is just as important as the more dynamic part. On your next inhale, lift your head, lift your heels, come into downward dog on the exhale, and from downward dog, inhale, move into plank, exhale, push back into downward dog. Inhale, move forward, plank, shoulders above your wrists. Move your right hand to the center of the mat, coming into side plank. Lower your heels down to the right and reach your left arm up. You can always lower your right knee down if that's too much for you, and stay here. If you stack the feet on top of each other, it's a little bit harder. You can bring your feet one in front of the other. Keep your body in a straight line. Don't let your hips drop. And then exhale, lower down into plank, coming to the other side. So move your left hand to the center of the mat, lower your heels to the left, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Stay strong, keep your legs strong as well. Exhale, lower into plank. Take one inhale in plank, and then exhale, lower down on your belly. Untuck the toes, inhale. Exhale, relax. You can bring your hands under your head, wiggle your hips from side to side, make yourself comfortable. And then bring your arms behind the back, interlace your fingers, hands together, and prepare for Shalabhasana. So press your feet down. Keep them hip distance apart. Inhale, lift your chest first, like someone is pulling you by the arms, and then lift your legs as well. And imagine someone is pulling you by the legs as well. Try to lift as much of your chest off the floor and as much of your thighs off the floor at the same time. Relax your face. Relax your breath. And then exhale, slowly release. You can again bring your hands under your head, wiggle your hips from side to side, and relax. Now get ready for bow pose. If bow pose is not accessible to you, you can do Shalabhasana again. If you want to do bow pose, bend your knees, try to hold your ankles. Keep your knees hip distance apart, and on your next inhale, lift up. So try to lift your chest, lift your thighs. Imagine that you're trying to extend your legs, so this is pulling your arms back and opening the chest more. Breathe. And then exhale, slowly release. Again, bring your hands under your head, wiggle your hips from side to side. And then from here, move your hands under your shoulders and push back into child's pose. Try to really press your sit bones down towards your heels. Extend your arms forward. Give your back a nice stretch. Connecting to that feeling of safety again. And then inhale, lift your head, lift your heels. Exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, move forward into plank. Let's come into side plank again on your right hand, reaching your left arm up. And if you want to go further, you can try lifting your left leg off the floor as well. This is a bit more challenging. Always take a step back if this is too much for you. Okay, release this side. Let's go on the other side. So on the left arm, lifting the right leg off the floor as well, if that works for you. And then exhale into plank. Take one inhale in plank, and exhale, lower down on your belly. Inhale, push back up into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come into cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Allow yourself to rest. And from here, make your way into downward facing dog again. And from downward dog, move forward into plank. Let's prepare for side plank. Let's upgrade it even more. So on the right arm, now you can try bringing your left foot on the inside of your right thigh, just like in tree pose. So side plank with legs in tree pose. If this is too much for you, please take a step back. Release this side. Let's do the other side. On your left hand, heels to the left, reaching the right arm up, placing your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Find the balance and then release into plank, inhaling in plank, and exhale, push back into downward facing dog. From here, lower your knees, come into child pose again. Allow your arms to rest. So you can also bring them by the sides of your legs if you wish. Okay, from here, let's make our way onto our hands and knees. Bring your knees under your hips, your wrists under the shoulders, spread your fingers wide and start making circles around your wrists. So circling, warming up the wrists. Listen to your body, don't put too much weight or pressure on your wrists, especially if you're having any kind of issues with your wrists. Then turn your fingers out, your palms out, and circle here as well. In each direction, a few times. And if you wish, you can try turning your fingers towards your legs as well, but please be mindful, be careful, listen to your body, don't push too much. Don't put too much pressure on your wrists. And then turn your fingers forward again. Push yourself back into a squat. You can give your wrists a shake. Move in whichever way works for you to prepare your wrists for the next pose. But first we're gonna come into a yogic squat. So separate your feet, point them outwards, separate your knees, place your elbows on the inside of the knees. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, squeeze your knees together, arch your back, round your back, and push your chin to the chest. Inhale, open your knees, push them apart with your elbows, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, round the back, chin to chest. And continue with this movement connected to your breath. Really try to lengthen through your spine when you inhale, separating the knees, as you exhale, round the back. And on your next inhale, lengthen up through your spine again. And then place your hands down. We're gonna do crow pose here. So keep your wrists in the same width as your shoulders, spread your fingers wide. Lift your hips up, walk your feet closer to your hands. Very important to look forward here. Place your knees on your upper arms. If this is painful for you, you can bring the insides of the knees there. Try to bring your knees as high as you can on the upper arms, towards your armpits. Lean forward, look forward, and maybe start by lifting one foot off the floor slowly and then changing legs. Keep looking forward, keep engaging your abdominal muscles here, and you can do this a few times. Please do not jump into the pose. Take your time to experiment, to see how it feels for you. You can take a break whenever you want. Give your wrists a shake. And then whenever you're ready, try again, maybe again by only lifting one foot off the floor, or maybe by lifting both feet off the floor. Really engaging your abdominal muscles. And you can try this a few times. taking a break in between for your wrists. Stay in the pose for as long as you wish. And then from here, we're gonna move down into a sitting position. So sit back, extend your legs in front of you. Let's come into a forward fold from here. On your next inhale, reach both arms up, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, fold forward. Try to move from the pelvis, tilting the pelvis forward, pressing your belly towards your thighs, chest towards the knees, chin towards the shins. Shoulders away from your ears. You don't have to hold your feet. If you can't reach them, you can place your hands on the floor next to your legs. You can close your eyes, bring your awareness inwards, and try to go deeper with every exhale, relaxing the tension, the tightness that you feel in your body and in your mind. And on your next inhale, lift up again, reach your arms up, and exhale, relax your arms down. Bend your right leg. Place your right foot over your left leg into the mat, press it down, and you can keep your left leg extended with your foot flexed, or you can bend it in so you bring your left heel to your right hip. Make sure that both sit bones are on the floor, that you're not leaning to one side. If this happens, just extend the bottom leg again, so the left leg. From here, bring your right hand back behind the back towards your tailbone. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, bring your elbow on the outside of your right knee and twist, turning your torso, your chest to the right, and you can look back over your right shoulder. Use every inhale to lengthen through the spine more, and exhale to twist even deeper. And on your next inhale, lengthen up again, and exhale, slowly untwist. Extend both legs in front of you. And then bend your left leg, placing the left foot over your right leg. Your right leg can stay extended, it's completely okay. Or you can try to bend it in, bringing your right heel to your left hip. Your left hand goes behind the back, closer to your tailbone. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, place your right elbow on the outside of your left knee and twist. Now turning your chest to the left, looking back over your left shoulder. Try to lengthen through your spine with every inhale, twist deeper with every exhale. And then inhale, lengthen up through your spine again, and exhale, slowly release. You can give your legs a shake if you want. And from here, come down on your back, keeping your knees bent. We're gonna go into shoulder stand from here, but first I'm gonna give you two alternatives for shoulder stand in case you don't want to do shoulder stand today. The first one is Viparita Karani, just extending the legs up towards the ceiling, and you can also do this against the wall and stay here for as long as you wish. If your legs become tired, just bend your knees and hug them into your chest, and this is option number one. Option number two is bridge pose. So you can lower your feet here to the mat, bringing them hip distance apart, and the knees as well, hip distance apart, pressing the arms in the floor next to you, and inhale, lifting the hips up. You can bring your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, tuck the shoulders under, and push up, push your hips up. Make sure your thighs are active and your knees stay hip distance apart. Don't turn your head left or right here. And keep pressing your hips up, pushing the chest towards the chin. And stay here for as long as you wish. Again, listen to your body. After you finish this pose, you can separate your feet slightly and bring your knees together into center, and then hug the knees to the chest. If you're coming into shoulder stand with me, bring your knees to the chest, hands on the floor, engage your abdominal muscles, your pelvic floor. So really activate Mula Bandha, and when you're ready, push up into shoulder stand. Support your back. Try to walk your hands more to the center of the back, not so much on the lower back. Try to lift as much off your back off the floor as you can, bringing the elbows closer together behind the back, extending the arms up, pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And again here, please don't move your head left or right. Again, you can stay here for as long as it's comfortable for you. And you also have the option to move from here into plow pose. So lowering the feet down to the floor behind your head. Keep supporting your lower back until your feet reach the floor. If they don't reach the floor, just keep supporting your lower back. If they do, release your back, lower your arms down, interlace your fingers again behind the back. Try to tuck your shoulders under. Keep pressing your hands towards the mat. If you feel any pain or discomfort in your back, please take a step back, go back into shoulder stand or completely out of the pose. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands to your back again, coming back into shoulder stand if you're in plow. And then from here, slowly, very, very slowly lower down, vertebra by vertebra, on your back, keeping your core engaged, your pelvic floor engaged, and then lower your legs down as well. And extend your legs down, preparing for fish pose, the opposite pose. You can bring your hands under your sit bones if you wish, or you can keep them next to your hips, whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, inhale, push up onto your elbows, push your chest up, and exhale, lower down on the top of the head. Keep pressing your chest up towards the ceiling and use your arms. Your arms are supporting your weight, not your neck. And feel the stretch in the front of the body, in the front of the neck. Keep your breath relaxed. From here, inhale, push up onto your elbows again. And exhale, slowly release down. Release your arms, coming into Shavasana. So separate your legs slightly. Allow your feet to fall outwards. Arms slightly away from your body, palms facing up. Close your eyes. And allow yourself to completely relax. Make yourself comfortable and try to let go of any tension, tightness. And even if we are not in child's pose anymore, try to connect to that feeling of calmness and safety, even here when your body is completely open now. Try to notice how you feel after this practice, after we've planted the seed at the beginning of the practice and we were watering it, nurturing it. And now you've become this beautiful, blooming white lotus flower. So see yourself right now here in Shavasana as a beautiful white lotus flower. And as you probably already know, the lotus flower has to go through muddy waters so it can bloom at the end. And even if it feels like we are now in this time when we are going through muddy waters, just know that at the end the lotus flower will bloom. imagine yourself as this lotus flower now, here in Shavasana. Find calmness, peace, complete relaxation here, allowing yourself to rest, to be safe, to be calm and steady. And now slowly start bringing your awareness outwards again. Deepen your breath and become aware of your relaxed body. And gently start moving your body again, wiggling your fingers, your toes, and do whatever movements feel good for you right now. You can move your wrists, your ankles, If you wish, you can reach your arms overhead, give yourself a nice stretch. Or you can bring your knees to your chest and hug your knees there, give yourself a big hug. And whenever you're ready, you can roll over onto your right side, keeping your eyes closed, and take a few moments there. And again, whenever you're ready, take as much time as you need. Come back up into a comfortable sitting position. You can still keep your eyes closed. And find any comfortable position where you can keep your spine straight, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed, eyes closed. Become aware of your breath here. Just connect to your breath, to every inhale, every exhale. And then gently start extending every exhalation. Try to make every exhalation a little longer than the previous one. Try to really exhale all the air out before you inhale again, but without strain. Keep it really relaxed. Slowly exhaling until there is nothing left to exhale, and then inhale again. And just observe what happens as you do that. What happens to your body and to your mind. This is a great way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, because we've been living our lives constantly in fight or flight mode, with our sympathetic nervous system always active. Especially now in these times, it's really important to focus more on the parasympathetic nervous system. So just keep extending your exhales for as long as you wish. Take as much time here as you need. And you can finish your practice here by remembering the intention or intentions that you set at the beginning of the practice, by saying thank you to yourself for showing up on the mat, for doing yoga, for everything that yoga has given you, for everything that you've learned about yourself. If you like, you can finish the practice with chanting Om, or in any other way that feels good for you right now. I would like to thank you for sharing your practice with me, for practicing with me today. Thank you for being here, for showing up. And hopefully I'll see you next time. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Hi, I'm Nuša from Nush Yoga. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're following me, doing my practices. Please subscribe and like. Thank you for your support.